Hey everybody, it's Liz from West Star Tarot. And wow, this tarot advent project that Kelly Bear is sponsoring has been kicking my butt in a good way. So as I mentioned in an earlier video and on my Instagram, the deck I chose is the Gay Marseille by Charlie Claire Burgess. Did I bring the guidebook? I did. I love the color palette of this deck. That's one thing that puts me off the kind of historically accurate standard. Marseille is the primary color palette. I find it jarring. These colors are beautiful. So anyway, I started off the first 2 days, December 1st and 2nd, just asking for daily guidance. And, the readings were interesting, but they weren't anything like, oh, wow. So then on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I decided I would ask do spreads with specific positions. And those 3 days were like, holy shite. They were powerful and kicked my butt. Again, in a good way. And so today I thought, well, I can't really think of spread positions that I feel like checking in with today. Maybe I'll just ask again for daily guidance and, see what happens. And so what I did was I realized, I'm feeling off kilter. I'm feeling out of sorts. Basically, the sense I was getting was I was feeling ill at ease. So I have my little journal here. So what I wrote was, I'm feeling out of sorts, ill at ease. How do I move from a state of feeling ill at ease to a place of feeling at ease and at peace? So that's what I asked. And, I did the old shuffle. And I always put the cards down, face down first, and I turn them over one at a time, and then I start the reading. And I really love that process of turning the cards over one at a time. I turn them all over before I do the reading. It's not like I turn them over and do the reading as I'm turning them over, because I do want to see the big picture, especially in a larger spread. So as I turned these cards over, this sense of feeling out of sorts and how do I get back to a state of feeling at ease from this state of ill at ease. So the first card I turned over was La Justice, Justice. And in this deck, no justice, no peace, love is love, the future is trans, and land back. And then there's a can, a spray paint can to do graffiti with. Just the sword of justice is on fire. Justice is wearing a gas mask. So there's a lot of social change movements that are addressed in this card. And I do see the Justice card in that way. Yeah, that's the first thing I usually think of when I see the Justice cards. All right, so that was the first card I turned over. Then the second card I turned over was Reine d'Épée, Queen of Swords. And can we just notice her sword isn't on fire, but, she is a sword, not a wand. And then the third card I pulled was the Seven of Baton. And so I wrote in my journal, well, hell. So I want to know how I can move from a place of feeling ill at ease to at ease. And I wrote, well, I wrote, I'm ill at ease because the world is ill at ease. Feeling more at ease is possible, but I have to work for it, take action, right wrongs, and fight for the future. So I'm, I mean, daily the shit is just hitting the fan around the world, and particularly in the good old U.S. of A. I don't even know if I want to touch upon the dude that was the hit that was happened in Manhattan. Was it yesterday? The guy from United Healthcare. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I was looking at these cards and I feel as if, now I don't know the Tarot de Marseille meaning so much for the Seven of Bâton or Sept de Bâton, but I do know how I interpret the Seven of Wands from Rider-Waite-Smith. And so if I'm using this card in that way, I would say there's a real theme in these three cards. And I immediately thought, as you can see what I wrote down, I'm feeling ill at ease because the whole world is ill at ease and I have work to do. And then I immediately thought about counterparts for these cards in decks where the cards are particularly special and meaningful to me. So the Justice card I thought of right away was this one from Delta Enduring. And this is anti-racism, anti-misogyny, a feminist card, kind of, you know, women unite, take back the night kind of vibe. You can see all these women in a row behind Justice holding hands, multicultural from around the world. And then on the side, we have these mainly men, but some women too, I'm sad to say, jeering at them. But they are, they're strong, holding strong by standing together and I've got your back kind of a thing. This is my all-time favorite Justice card. I've talked about it on my channel endlessly. And when I did Masha's favorite top tarot trumps, this was my top Justice card. So this I immediately thought of. Although Charlie's is pretty good too. And then for the Queen of Swords, I immediately thought of this one. This is the Unfolding Path. I mean, don't fuck with me, honey. So I mean, she's just like, yeah. And so that's who I want to embody, this and this. And then the Seven of Wands I thought of, which is, this is my favorite Seven of Wands, is from Tao de Saint Croix by Lisa de Saint Croix. This one. Stand your ground. Fight for what you believe in. Don't back down from what you know to be right. This is led by a shaman, a group of indigenous folks in the Amazon, and they are standing their ground in front of a old growth rainforest, protecting it from corporate greed. And so what I'm thinking in terms of the message from these three cards and my kind of counterparts, which are similar, is that I need to, the way back to center is to work within my community, to right wrongs. Sometimes it'll be in small ways. For example, almost every Sunday, There's a group of folks that we do a vigil on our local green, Falmouth, Mass, Falmouth Town Green. It's the Falmouth Racial Justice Committee, organization, Committee for Racial Justice. I'm sorry, I'm not sure the exact name, but we stand out on Falmouth Green every Sunday for Black Lives Matter. And we just started our 5th year. So it's a little thing. And sometimes I think to myself, who am I doing this for? Am I just trying to make myself feel better, feel like I'm doing something? Is this performative? And I question that, and I wonder about that. But every so often, a person of color will drive by and yell out the window and say, "Thank you. Helpful to see this." In the summer, we get a lot of tourists because we're a seaside town. And we've had people of color come up and say, "Oh, I wasn't sure if I could be comfortable in this town or not, but then we saw you out here and that made us feel better." So I'm really mainly doing it to say to white people, Black Lives Matter, remember? Don't forget. They still matter, and we still have a lot of work to do. I go to pro-choice marches. I don't know. I do lots of little things. And maybe that's how I get back to feeling at ease, knowing that I can't change the world at large, but I can do little things in my local community. I can speak out when I see injustice. I can donate money and food to the food pantry. I can share what I have. I don't know. But I have to say, as I'm processing this and looking at this and thinking about these cards, I'm feeling more centered, more grounded. I'm feeling a little less ill at ease because I know that the reason I'm feeling ill at ease is because the world is really fucked up, and that the way to get back to feeling at peace is to do something about it. And I know that Kelly is also a witch who believes in social activism. I think that's one of the things that connects us, our love of tarot, but also our understanding that we have a lot of work to do. So, wow. Yeah, this one was powerful, these 3 cards. And I actually really like these representations of those cards as well. So I don't know. What are your thoughts about this reading and that question and the cards that came up to kind of hit me upside the head and say, "Wake up, girl." Get on it. Yeah. Thanks, Kelly, for doing this project. I guess I'm not going to say it's really fun, but it's really enlightening and it's really powerful and it's really, it's been 6 days and I'm already like, wow. Also it's this deck, Charlie Claire Burgess. I am definitely a Charlie Claire Burgess fangirl. I love their work. It's powerful. It's powerful. Anyway, peace and love, my friends.